Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax, and time for another video. Water. Tonight I'm going to do a response to Maggie Willow 1204's Show Your Colors contest. But first, a quick shameless plug. I have a contest running as well. It's my September contest for Christmas babies. You can check out the video about it, and there's still a week to make a video response. So not a lot in so far, so there's still a good chance of winning the prize. So if you're interested, please jump in. But on to Maggie's contest. So Maggie's contest it's about showing your colored vinyl. Hate it. Show your picture discs. Absolutely hate them. Show your laser etched vinyl. Despise the stuff. But the bottom line is, it's about the VC, and I absolutely adore the VC. As I was talking about yesterday in my 2-year video, and as I said before, I just love the VC. I'm a member of a lot of online music communities. I have been for the past 15 years. I've owned them. I've run them. I still run them. Communities that are IRC based, forum based, blog based, all kinds of stuff, and there's nothing quite like the VC. Been here 2 years, watched for about 3 months before that, so in those like 27 months I've learned more about music and been exposed to more new and interesting music in that time through the VC than I was in the 13 years online before that. Just that kind of, that magic of the video face-to-face presentation, it really it takes it all to a whole other level. It's the closest thing you can have to, like, say, listening sessions. I participate in listening sessions every couple of weeks with different groups of audiophiles around here, but even there's nowhere near the broad range of exposure to music that you get in this community here. This is a music-based community as opposed to an audiophilia community, which is something I've been a part of forever too. So, that's what it's about, the music. So it's great, and it's a uniquely positive space. If you talk about music in the non-VC world, quite often, if you say you like something, people will say, "Ah, it sucks," or "I hate them," or "That's crap." But not here. I mean, well, in general, I mean, there are a few people that kind of go out of their way to shit on certain types of music or certain bands, but in general, everybody is very positive and accepting of other people's tastes, or they just kind of keep quiet about it. If you watch a video and you read the comments to the video, they're always positive stuff. No, very rarely will you see a comment that's negative. It's just always kind of positive. People touching on the points they like, and it's just amazing. So how can I not do a contest that is about how great the VC is, because I'm a firm believer in how great the VC is. So I'm going to show some records. Rock Plaza Central. They've got these great. This is a band I love. This is Chris Eaton. He's also an author now. He's kind of moved away from the music, and he's been writing novels for several years, and he's highly acclaimed. But Chris Eaton was Rock Plaza Central for 20 years, and he got signed to Paper Bag, and they put out his records on vinyl, and they do these great silkscreen covers on these paper cardboard sleeves. So I love art, and I love works on paper, silkscreen, etching, stuff like that, and this really appeals to my sensibility. And Paper Bag, they signed Chris and they released product from him, so of course I decided to be supportive of them because of that. So I bought many things that they released, but then they switched to colored vinyl, and you know, while the graphics and the artwork were still fantastic, look at this. This is the rural Alberta Advantage departing, and look at that snowy plains road, perfectly flat, car vanishing into the blowing snow. Just what a knockout image, eh? And again, it's on this nice, simple kind of rustic DIY cardboard sleeve. But unfortunately, they started to release their records in colored vinyl, and I wrote them and I said, "Are you going to release records in black or not?" And they said no. And in all honesty, the records, they weren't really that well made. They're CDs on vinyl, they're digital, they sound digital, and they also suffer from that, that's blue vinyl, they suffer from that horrible modern vinyl problem where a new record sounds like it's sounds worse than a 35-year-old used record you pull out of a dollar bin that's been covered in dust for a quarter century. So the addition of the subpar colored vinyl, colored vinyl has always been kind of meh. My own personal focus is, I'm always looking for what I would say is, in collecting, I'm looking for the definitive pressing, the absolute best sounding pressing, that has the most detail and the most range and the most musical delivery. And colored vinyl, there are no definitive pressings on colored vinyl unless they are only on colored vinyl, because colored vinyl has it has no carbon in it, and that makes it vinyl harder and quieter and more able to endure use. So here's another rural Alberta Advantage record. This one is called Hometown. And again, still on this great kind of cardboard DIY look, another great silk-screened image. And this one, you know, again, it's on this kind of meh sounding teal vinyl. Sure, it looks pretty, but it's just a gimmick. It's like 180 gram. You know, that's a completely nebulous term. No record sounds better on 100 because it's on 180 gram vinyl. The grooves are just as deep. They're no deeper. It's completely nebulous. Some of the best pressings in the world, some of the best sounding pressings, never, very rarely definitive, but some of the best sounding pressings in the world are Japanese vinyl, and they've always been typically on like 120 or 130 gram vinyl. Yet they sound better than any of this crap on 180 gram vinyl or 200 gram vinyl. Sorry, I'm ranting again. And then this is the last one I bought from Paper Bag. This was P.S. I Love You, kind of a DIY, garagey, punky band, but they've eliminated the silk screening, they've eliminated the cardboard DIY sleeve, and they're still on the colored vinyl. And this sounded. I had the first pressings of this were on clear vinyl, and they only do 300 runs of 300, and I got one, and this record was kind of a fast seller, bit of a pitchfork darling, and it sounded like crap. And I contacted them, and they said they had more clear vinyl ones in the office, and they'd swap it. So I mailed it in, and I never got it back. And they said, oh, we gave them all away, and then they sent me this green thing. So I didn't even get a first pressing, I got a second, ultimately. And it still sounds like crap. So I do have some vintage colored vinyl. Kind of gimmicky, you know, the marble vinyl Sgt. Pepper's that was released in Canada, and the red vinyl Beatles comp, and the blue vinyl Beatles comp, and the white vinyl White Album, and the gold vinyl Love Songs, I think it was. But I bought all those when I was like 12, so, because that's when they were released. This is one I got. It's kind of beat up. It was on a local online thing because the guy bought this and it was just damaged in shipping, and they sent him another one, and they told him to keep it, so he had it up for like 35 bucks. This is, who the hell is this? I've never listened to this. The Mars Volta Nocturna kit. And, you know, he had it up for 35 bucks, and then it was 30, then it was 25, then it was 20, then it was 15, then it was 10. And I wrote the guy when I hit 10, and I said, well, I don't like them, and I'll probably never listen to it, but I'll take it off you for 10. And he said, well, tell you what, why don't you just give me 5 for it, because you're the only person that's even contacted me in the past 2 months. And he said, you can have it for 5, and I'll drop it off at your house. And one's on yellow, and one's on blue. Marble. Kind of a marbly blue. So, maybe one day I'll listen to these. But I know that some people like the Mars Volta. I hear the kids like the Mars Volta. That's what you do when you get old. You thud everything. You ever notice that? And I have a couple Primus records. I bought a whack of records off a guy, and he had a couple Primus records from the 90s, which are worth some serious coin that he gave me for like 25 bucks each. So I took those as well, and one of them was on brown vinyl, and one was on some other color. Picture discs. This is the only one I have. This is a friend of mine owns a record store. This is Rush. This is a picture disc for Subdivisions, and it has the Red Barchetta live. And, or sorry, Red Barchetta live. And he said, you like Rush? I said, yeah. He said, I just got this today. Do you want it? I said, no. I said, I don't do picture discs. He said, take it with you. I guess he figured he I don't know. He gave it to me, so I said, okay, I'll take it. And it sounds like crap. And finally, Neon Bible by the Arcade Fire. See how I did that again? And this is an example of laser etched. And I'm not sure there's quite anything more, absolutely more nebulous than a laser etched record. What the hell is the point of that? This is a whole side where you could have put B sides or a dance. You could have put mute. The point of this stuff, this shit is made for music. Put music on this shit. Stop laser etching it, for fuck's sake. I mean, this is what this is good for. The 8 seconds I've shown this on camera. You know, who the hell looks at that? I don't do mushrooms anymore, so that is completely lost on me. Oops, sorry. But it's got the... Anyway. So, there you go. That's what I got. But most importantly, I just love you, Maggie. I love your videos. I love your straightforward, no bullshit, honest approach to things, and it's very refreshing. So I was glad I could participate in your contest. Here's to the VC. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Keep the record spinning.